happy day. Or at least it's a day. And I'm really, really happy to be here with you. Hi, friends. Here we are again. As usual, I spent these minutes not looking like this level of calm, but looking like someone who's, trying to bring dozens of people into their shower and wondering, what do I need? What do I need to have? And I think every week I just get this reminder that I don't need anything except to show up here and sit down and be. And in the best case, we get to have a little party in here together, answer all of your questions and see what kind of skin fun we can get into. And in the worst case, I'm hanging out in my favorite room in my house. And I've got a bath and I've got beautiful smelly things and all my favorite skin goodies. And I'm gonna have a wonderful hour. So I hope you'll have one too. Today, there were some questions. I asked all of you to share what isn't going well in your skin, if you're having any trouble with any products or any of our products not working for you. Have you tried something and just it wasn't a match, you didn't love it, maybe you hated it, maybe you thought it was terrible. What is all the fuss about? And I will over and over encourage you to go to each of the deep dive lives that are product specific. If there is a product of ours that you're trying and going, this doesn't make sense to me, it's too hard, it's not intuitive, or maybe it's not absorbing right, or I can't blend it correctly, or the whole thing just feels like I'm not sure. Spend some time there in the deep dives. But if you've done that and you're still having trouble, well, one, our Care Bears are the coolest people on the planet. You should send them an email. care@lindstrom.com is where you can always connect with us directly for more personalized care. And that is our very, very favorite thing to do. And I wish that I could answer every single personal question that we ever get just like this here with each of you. But I do my best, so I'm going to take some of the ones that were most common. Those of you who did send in a question this week in a drop on stories, you'll also get a message follow-up after this live if we don't get to it here. I want to make sure that you know that when you contact us, you're heard completely. Even if you're just dropping it in a little story box, whether it's a DM, it's a comment, it's an email, I love to hear from you. Our team is built around talking to you. So just know it's never a bother. You don't have to just contact us about shipping details or something like that. We really do want to be here and be in dialogue with you about your skin. And especially if you're having trouble, go direct. I don't want you to rely on the few words that you can drop into a comment box to get your message across. Let's write each other love letters that are a little deeper. And for those of you who do reach out to us by email, it's always really helpful if you can tell us everything about yourself, your whole skin history. We love to hear it. What your skin is like in its best state, what it's like in its most challenged state, what's been working for you, what were the happiest skin chapters, what happens when it goes bad for you, what does it feel like, what's it look like, if you have photos, that's always really useful. What are you scared of? Sometimes I know for me, it's not about what's happening in my skin right now, it's about what do I think might happen, what do I think might come back, Am I going to set something off and undo any progress that I've made? Those kinds of internal struggles. So I'm just thinking about all of that, and I'm thinking about all of you, and I'd like to address it that way. Okay, I'm going to jump right in. If I see comments as they come through, I'll try to get to them, and I'm going to mix them in with what I've printed out here too. Jasmine Garden has the most wonderful effect on me. Not only my skin, but I feel I can breathe. Blue Cocoon sadly isn't agreeing with my skin. I love the smell so much, so I've been using it elsewhere. So for that, first, every question I'll just say, skin is so personal and so unique to each of us. And so if it feels, sometimes things aren't a match. Some things just straight up aren't a match. Not every person on the planet is going to love every product. If we did, there wouldn't be so many of us making skincare in these extraordinary ways of all different kinds and all different kinds of ingredients and all different functionalities for all different kinds of people. So my hope is that the people who best resonate with what I formulate, which is what my skin loves, will find us, that they'll all just find their way here. But when you do find your way here, I want to help you as much as I can. So it depends what's happening. So this person who's asking about the Blue Cocoon not agreeing with their skin, I want to know so much more. I want to know what you're cleansing with. I want to know, have you watched the deep dive live on the Blue Cocoon? Are you applying it into wet skin? How much are you using? Are you using other moisturizers? Are you mixing it with anything? How are you with oils in general? Do you love oils on your skin? Have you used similar oils in the Blue Cocoon before? What was the expectation going in? Have you tried the Youth Dew? Have you tried them blended together? Have you tried either of them blended with the Jasmine Garden? And I'm just saying all these things not because I'm just gonna list off a sea of products that I make. I make 7 plus 1 for the body. So this isn't about having a whole sea of products, it's about asking the questions so you can start to understand, what does not working mean? And this is why I can never answer too specific when a question like this is submitted, because not working can mean so many different things. For example, actually just right in here, I have people asking about the Blue Cocoon. After using the Blue Cocoon, my skin is redder before it finally calms down again. Any tips to relieve the redness? So that comment, for example, lots more to know there. When I massage with the Blue Cocoon, my skin also turns a little bit redder. And that is normal. So sometimes what happens is when you increase how often you're massaging or how you're massaging or the depth to your massage and going from just a basic surface level application of the Blue Cocoon into a real massage, really touching and feeling and getting into your skin, you're going to increase blood flow in a way that you maybe never have before, or haven't for a while, or haven't with active plant oils that contain all of their beautiful nutrition and all of their vibrance. It will do different things to your skin than a simple petroleum, mineral oil, or even just a lot of just really simple, pure, natural oils. When you have them fresh and active and you're incorporating that along with massage, it's so powerful, it will do different things. So, I want to back up a little bit because I know it's hard to do that once I go too far. Another, I love the Youth Dew. I'm not sure if the oil base is too heavy for my skin as I'm getting spots. I'm happy to use it on my body though. Your products are lovely. come back to that. Wonderful. All right, I have everything. Here's what I want to do. I think it's easiest for me to talk about each of these as I'm using them. Certainly in terms of the Blue Cocoon and the Youth Dew and the Jasmine Garden, I think I just want to show you those. And I want to show you how to layer them as well and how to work with layers of the Blue Cocoon. There's so many people right now asking about dry skin, about red skin, about eczema, about skin that's irritated and red due to stress, not sleeping, anxiety, so much going on. Thoughts on a rosacea game plan? I want to talk about that just real quick. So rosacea is medical. And so first, I'm not a doctor, not even an esthetician, I'm a formulator. And I'm a delicate skinned person with a focus on these particular things. So with that in mind, there is a ritual at Lindstrom.com. If you go to the Explore Skin Rituals tab, you'll find rituals there specific for eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, along with sensitivity, redness, dehydration. And I would highly recommend for those with rosacea and eczema and like conditions to use that as a jumping off point to begin with. And then if you have everything there and you're trying those tips and you're wanting to go deeper, then reach out for individual care. What I will say is I love working with people with rosacea and dermatitis and eczema, and that whole spectrum of red inflamed skin conditions is what I personally come from. It was my own nemesis growing up as a child and through my 20s, and it still comes back through my late 30s now. And for me, when I'm stressed, when I'm anxious, when there's seasonal change right now, it's moving from winter season into spring season here in LA. So some days it's desert and dry and hot, and some days it's raining and the weather is all over the place. And skin has a response to that. In so many parts of the world, there's just different things going on. So watching what happens in your own skin, what is affecting it. But just please know that you're welcome here, you're safe here, and if your skin has felt scary to be in, and you're having these questions because you want to dive in but are intimidated, just know that this home was built for you. It was built for you. The rest of us benefit. Everyone here with little spots and little bits of maintenance, just wanting health and glow, we benefit because these formulas were first designed, formulated, passionately, obsessively, based on everything that I know about these particular conditions in the skin and the plants and minerals and substance that can feed it. It's just what I am the most passionate about. Okay. Someone says, if you have time during the chat, I'd love how to better learn how to deal with my body acne. I was really hurt by an IUD experience years ago and my skin has never been the same. I get it on my shoulders and back, but I've never been able to find an oil or a product that keeps my skin hydrated without breaking me out. What do you recommend for dry skin? So I want to talk about body care just a little bit. I wasn't planning on going into body care today, but that question came in a little bit late and it came in by DM, so I had arranged my time here with you around questions, and I think I'm going to switch it up. I think I want to do a body treatment instead because a couple of you also asked about mixing in ratios, and I want to show you the clean dirt, and I actually did the clean dirt already this morning twice because I was testing a sample from the latest batch from the kitchen, and that's part of my job as I test I test batches regularly along with what I bring home for my own personal use. If we are, for example, if we've sharpened the mixer blades or are wondering if it's time to, I might take something home. And that was exactly the case just now with the clean dirt. It's time to switch out our blades. And so I was testing the formula for its texture, for its consistency. The efficacy stays the same, but I want to make sure that that it's better for you every single time. And so even little things like, do we need to freshen our mixer blades are important questions in my world. But because of that, I'm not going to do the clean dirt again on my face. I'm feeling awesome. I'm feeling so smooth doing two layers of the clean dirt in a row, but that is enough for this face. But maybe I will just go to that part because here were some of the questions that made me want to show you the clean dirt, but not on my face. Can't get rid of pigmentation, sunspots. My melasma bums me out. Skin texture, what do I do? I can't consistently get the clean dirt into that mousse-like consistency, even with the same ratios. All right, so assuming you've already seen the clean dirt deep dive live, if you haven't, for any of you still working on ratios and consistency, please do that, because I'm going to show you a little bit here, but it'll be fast and it's kind of dark. So go to the video tab, find the clean dirt deep dive live, and definitely spend some time there. But this is what we're talking about if you're new. The clean dirt is a brightening exfoliant. It's fantastic. It smells like gingerbread and cookies and warm hugs. But I'm going to show you how to mix it just first, and I'll do that. We'll just do it as we go. Because I'm going to do this for my body, I'm going to do a larger ratio. Normally when I'm doing the clean dirt, I do a teaspoon. I'm going to do a full tablespoon. Never mind. I'm going to show you the teaspoon since somebody's asking for mixing directions. I don't want to get you too far off. Can always show you more. So I'm going to begin with measuring spoon, and it's a powder in this bottle. So you're going 1 tablespoon, just like that. Measure this into your bowl. I highly recommend having our treatment bowl and brush because it makes everything mix up better. A lot of you asked about not achieving the right texture, and some of you shared that after watching me use the brush and bowl on all of these lives so much, you got it and you saw what a big difference it makes. Having the right brush that doesn't absorb everything and suck it too much in really allows it to blend up nice and fluffy and puffy. I'm going to get equal parts water. All right, so I've got teaspoon water right into the bowl. There's not much light here, so you probably won't be able to see this that well, but it's just, listen. Do you hear the fizz? That sound makes me so happy. All right, just like that. You see? It was seconds. Just a few seconds. And you see that puff? Oh, the best. So I'm not going to waste this. Once I get the shower going, I'm going to get that going onto my body. But that way, you've got that. And really what's key, I do think that having all of the elements helps. The brush and the bowl are $40 and $30. They ship free in the US. They come with 2 deluxe minis. They're a really, really easy add-on to your order. Please go get them. Just go get them. Any questions you have about the Clean Dirt and the Problem Solver, they'll just be solved. They'll just be solved. If you use the bowl, the brush, and a measuring spoon every single time, and I do. I've been using the Clean Dirt for more than 15 years. I use it almost every other day, maybe every third day sometimes. I use it all the time. And I use the brush most of the time. Not with the Clean Dirt as much. The Problem Solver, 100% always guaranteed. The Clean Dirt, I can play with it a little bit because I often do it in the shower and I'm mixing it with different things. Okay, yeah, we're gonna shower. Let's do that. Because I wanna get this Clean Dirt onto my body, and then let's mix up some Problem Solver after and do that too on the body. And then we'll do some more questions. Making sure I'm not missing anything. So if we were in person, wouldn't this be fun? I could hear you ask the question and respond to you in live time. Thank you, all of you, for your kind comments. Thank you for being here. These lives are giving me life, so informative, so helpful, and full of love. Yes, the bowl is so good. The powder stays in the bowl while mixing. That is super key. The angle of the brush and the angle of the bowl are designed to work together. You're not sending powder just flying all over the room. And when you do this with a spoon, it's really hard for it to just get moussey. It's just kind of scrapey and takes forever, and people feel like they're doing it wrong, so then they add more water and then it's too runny and it just gets complicated. But I mean, you can just go back and replay that. It took about 6 seconds to mix that up, and that texture, you want that. Anything else, really, don't bother. Can we use the pendulum potion as a moisturizing oil? You absolutely can, especially if you love it. That said, I would say the Blue Cocoon and the Youth Dew are specifically formulated for facial skin. Those are the heroes for your face. The pendulum potion can go everywhere, hair, body. There's no emulsifiers or surfactants in it, so you don't have to rinse it off. Unless you're using it to remove makeup, then of course you rinse it off because you don't want to keep that on. But focus on the core facial blends for the face, for your everyday. Use the pendulum potion if you're leaving it on your face as a treat, as a sensorial return, unless it's your hero. And for some people, it is. We're not all the same, so experiment with what feels good to you. I suppose, even though I'm showering with clothes on, I don't need the robe also in the water. So while that gets going, I'm going to pull my hair away. I think that half of the importance of skincare is actually setting yourself up correctly for it. And correct isn't the right word, but certainly for ease. If my hair is down, and it's in my way, or if I'm wearing a shirt or a something that makes me not able to rinse, which is almost everything. For this, obviously, I'm here on the internet with all of you, so so it is what it is. But on my own, if I'm wearing like a t-shirt with a regular neck, I can't wash my face. I'm definitely not doing it at the sink, and if I am, I'm doing a very poor job. You can't rinse it down far enough for you to get a good result. So you're always going to be trying to rinse like this. You're barely going to get this. You're going to have all this runoff, and you're going to get breakouts and congestion right here. I guarantee if you have breakouts and congestion right here, that rinsing at the sink and rinsing poorly and not wearing the right clothing that allows you to flow all the way down to your chest is a huge contributing factor. That's a really random thing to say, but I think it's super important. I just saw this pop up. May, are you considering a stockist in the UK? We love your products, but the duties and exchange rate isn't always in our favor. Just super quick on that. In 2020, we closed our wholesale business to focus exclusively on producing fresh product just for you, shipping fresh from our kitchen lab with all of our joy and love and attention and personal care and fresh birthday stickers on the bottom of every bottle. We were in the best retailers in the world. In the world, we had the best partners in the world for a decade. I love them, I'm grateful for them. It's not the business I want to be in. So that's it. It's not the business I want to be in. But we've been shipping to the UK every day for more than a decade. And over the course of that decade, we have made it so stressless, so easy. Any of you who order from the UK, please pop in and share your experience, because orders arrive to you within a few days. All of the taxes and duties are handled at our cart. It's all built in, so there's no surprises. You see everything there. It's built on the exact same system as when you're shopping locally in your country. The law requires that the duties and the taxes are built into the display price. In the US, it's different. They're broken out separate. So at our cart, if you're in the UK or anywhere where your country will require that duties or taxes be paid in order for our products to cross over through customs and arrive to you, there's cost to that. We handle it for you. You pay everything at our cart. We handle all of the pass-through. Any extra surprise charges or anything that comes up, we've got it. We've got you. Don't stress about ordering direct. Caring for you directly is why we do what we do and why we do it the way that we do it. Let us care for you. Give it a try. I promise you won't want to go back to anything else. I know it's different. I know we're used to shopping for all of the things at retailers where you can pick up everything that you buy. Wonderful. I still shop at all of the retailers that I used to be in. But this thing that we do, this is how we do it. So there's not a plan to go back to retailers in general. What there is a plan for is more and more and more personal connection. So shopping, we've solved it. Lindstrom.com, go. Outside of that, we're going to make more in-person experiences happen, more opportunities for shopping happen, more opportunities for connection and collaboration and events and retreats and celebrations and beautiful moments to drop in together. Some of those might involve shopping, some of those might not involve product whatsoever. But what I want to do with my life, it's not flying around the world training retail staff. It's talking to you. And I think that's where I can be most effective. So that's where our energy is going. That's where our resources are going. And I thank you for coming with us. I know it's different. I feel really good about that. I've felt really good about that for over a decade. So thank you for coming along. Also on pricing, I just want to say on that same subject, we've had one price increase in more than a decade of business. The one and only price increase was in 2017. That was 5 years ago. That was halfway through the lifetime of our company ago. We do everything we can to keep our prices stable because it's easy, because it's stressless, because we want it to feel good. And because I want you to be able to indulge in the things that we make and that we love abundantly. And I know it's not cheap, but I also know that if I had raised prices every year as is expected, or every quarter as many do, or just constantly as seems to be the game, it doesn't feel good to me what feels good to me is these numbers. These numbers are what I know support my team, support the acquisition of the best ingredients on the planet. We pay so much to do the best job for you. And I don't have any plans to change anything anytime soon, which also includes pricing. So shop away. We're doing the best we can to give you the best of us. Your Care Bears are amazing. Yes. I'm part of a group that makes it. Please do some events and retreats in the UK and Europe as well as the US. We are global, my friends. I want to be where you are, and even just seeing so many of you who said hello from all your places around the world today, I am affirmed over and over just how connected we all are through this incredible container of care. It's just amazing to me. I am coming. I am coming. I've ordered from the UK, so smooth and such an amazing unboxing experience. We want to delight you, my loves. Delight. Okay. All caught up. Back in here. Water and water. Anyone else drink water in the shower? So I'm going to wet my body because, we're going to go in with the clean dirt. I've already mixed that up in the bowl. And I'm just going to use it actually on chest and pits because I'm not going to do my face. But that proximity, for those of you with sensitive skin, or those of you who have active breakouts, or if you have something that makes you not want to massage your facial skin, it can be a real treat to treat the adjacent areas. Keeps your blood flow going, keeps everything going. Someone says, I love all your products and now I don't use anything else and my rosacea is so much better. Yes. That's the most fun. Okay, so I've got the rest of the clean dirt in here. I'm actually just going to go in with my hands. It's easier for body. I will use the brush with the problem solver so you can see that. But I'm just taking this. I'm going to do chest and pits with that amount. I can't do much more without reducing the experience. So again, that was just a teaspoon of the clean dirt and equal parts water. Someone says same, my rosacea is so much better. Oh, I love hearing that. It's the best thing when you start from a place that is compromised or challenged or has just been difficult. When you do find your fit, when you do find the formulas that are making a difference, it feels so good. I'm just really grateful that that's so much of what we find here is so many of you come with challenges, and it means a lot to me. I know that for those just first arriving to our world, everything's really pretty. and so sometimes it can feel like because it's really pretty, maybe it doesn't work, or maybe this is just a do no harm kind of formula situation. And it's just not. As a formulator, my direction has always been focused on the parts that are challenging, on the conditions that have left people feeling hopeless and scared and vulnerable in their skin. And when I feed that, like, and I work to feed that, the spillover that goes to everyone and everywhere else is so huge. My skin is a lifetime apart from the skin of my youth in the best way. And I still treat it like this delicate thing. But now I do so in this way that is honoring it. I know I'm not a precious flower anymore. I can massage for real. I can use my fingertips. I can use formulas with some power to them. But I still get scared. I still get nervous. And that's where all the nourishment and the breathing and the softness come back into. Okay, that's enough of the clean dirt. I was doing that to use what was in the bowl, but that is a part of what I do every time I use the clean dirt. I always use it in the shower, and I always use it in the shower so that I can include the chest and the armpits too. The armpits, I've talked about this before, they're so important. It's a really, really important area just for keeping things flowing too. And when you do all that great, yummy facial massage and you take it down the neck and the chest, allowing it to exit through the armpits, just moving everything so that it flows out is helpful. Okay, there were some questions. Let me make sure I don't miss them about the problem solvers specifically. No, I'm just I'm gonna bring this to the body. I'm going to do a double batch. So if I was doing this for just my face, I like to do a half tablespoon, which is, so a teaspoon is what I use for the clean dirt. That's this size. There are 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. And I like to use a half tablespoon for a face only, which ends up being about 1.5 teaspoons on the face. Since I'm going to actually put this on over my shoulders and back a little bit for the person who asked about body acne and body breakouts, we're going to do some of that. I'm going to double it, so I'm going to do 2 of these scoops. Each of these is a half tablespoon, so it'll be about 1 tablespoon. If you were going to go over more parts of your body, you could do even a couple tablespoons or even a few tablespoons if you wanted to do a full body treatment. So don't be afraid to take this wherever it needs to go. Our breakouts happen in all different areas. Actually, that's a good point. I'll do a little more. I'm at the bottom of my jar, so it's a good reminder to do that. So I've got 3 big scoops. Oops, maybe I can show you. 3 big scoops of powder in there. And I'm adding equal parts water. I just pulled that from that. Now the bowl is going to be extra useful. Making up a super giant batch. Listen to the sound. It is fizzy, 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 fizzy. And look, those 3 scoops. Oops, can you see how much is in there? It made so much. It's so puffy. Oop. Yeah, well, anyway. All the bubbles. To do your body, you can use your brush, which can be helpful for getting to areas that are hard to reach. If you have a partner or a friend or a lover or a neighbor or a spa friend, that is helpful. I am going to switch to my hands personally. I think if you're doing body, hands is the way to go. And you can just do this over the back. When you mix enough that you can actually pull a full handful. And again, that was just 3 half tablespoons. So that was like a tablespoon and a half. I'm gonna do my belly. This can feel really good if you are having cramps or trouble with digestion. Can feel especially good. Seasonally, I like to do a full body with the Problem Solver. If you want to get, real fun about it, you can go sit outside. If you have access to somewhere you can go outside and be, with the air and the earth and the wind. That can feel really nice. But you can also just hole up in your bathroom, turn out the lights and put on some candles and see how that feels. I was thinking about how many times in my life I've just hidden in an actual closet for finding a personal timeout when I didn't have, someone asked, what is this product? Right now I have the Problem Solver on my body. It comes in a big jar like this. It comes as a powder, and you mix equal parts water with the powder formula, and it fresh activates. It's a blend of warming spices, herbs, salts, fresh activated vitamin C. It works like this incredible, beautiful herbal body pack. So this feels amazing. This is a funny one, but people ask, and here we are. So you can also do butt cheeks, you can do knees, you can do thighs, you can do feet. Don't be afraid of your body. Treat it, love on it. I'm gonna keep the Problem Solver in all of these areas. If you're flexible, it's a lot easier to get your back. But again, do the best that you can, understanding that all of these herbs and minerals, they're finding their way. You can massage if you like to, especially if you have dead skin, dry skin, any kind of itch and irritation can be good to get in there. And you could do this with either the Problem Solver or the Clean Dirt. Both are effective for this. If I have breakouts, I like to do the Problem Solver. If I have more dead skin and congestion, I like to do the Clean Dirt. If you have drier skin, I'm going to show you a Clean Dirt blend while we're already messy. If I had more time with all of you, I would leave this on for a few minutes, up to half an hour. You could even let this dry before rinsing it if you were doing it with the Problem Solver. I do want to show you a Clean Dirt body one too. Just because so many of you ask me about dryness, I want you to have another option. You could do the honey mud mixed with the Problem Solver if you wanted to do the Problem Solver for breakouts, but if you were feeling dry. So if you were dry but also breaking out, the Problem Solver and the honey mud together are fantastic. Okay, good rinse. And quick switch out the bowl. Rinse the brush. And we're coming right back to all that, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I want to show you for the body, maybe we'll do legs and feet with this one, but I'm going to just do this, the Clean Dirt. The honey mud. good amount in there. The bowl's really nice too because you can get experimental in your shower and you don't waste anything. You do it this way. And I'm going to add in a little bit of the pendulum potion. If I am dry, that's extra nice feeling. So I'm going to bring that in. Water. I want to show you this one. It's so hard to show you in this light. But look at that gorgeous, creamy treatment. The texture on this is so good. So I know this looks just like the most yummy spa day. And that's the point. It's the point to get you in here so that you are enjoying this. But the result is that your skin will improve. Your skin will legitimately improve when you show up and you feed it over and over and over with food, with skin food, with beautiful, rich, nutritious plants, with oils, with honey, with touch, with scent. It's okay to have both results and pleasure. It's okay to treat yourself something that will make your skin glow and take off the dead skin and exfoliate and soften those wrinkles and plump up those lines. That's all beautiful. That's all beautiful. I'm going to rinse, and then we're going to get in the bath and do a little face massage and answer a few more questions. When you're rinsing from the body, pay special attention that you're getting all of the granules out of your armpits and all the different areas. It's a beautiful way to reset because right now, my skin feels so soft, even just those few quick minutes. It's harder when doing a demonstration because I don't stay long enough for everything to get really, really soft and opened up. So the impact isn't quite the same. But when it's you, we're just gonna get in here. Oh, I forgot questions. Also, there's surely a better way than reading paper in the bath, but I don't care. Now that I am out of there, I want to get my face massaged first so I can close out that part of my ritual. My skin I've just left bare on my face. And so just a rinse with warm water from the bath. But many of you asked about how to, I'm gonna need more Jasmine Garden. Aha, always an extra. Many of you asked about how to increase the moisture. And my favorite way to do that is layering. So, technique 1, unless your skin has been properly exfoliated regularly, it's not going to absorb your hydration. So step 1, when you're feeling dry, isn't actually just about adding moisture. It's about making sure your skin is really nicely fully prepped first. So that's where the clean dirt comes in, getting all of that dead skin to shed. That's where the honey mud comes in to soften up the pore lining with the salicylic acid, but that yummy cushion goodness. That's where the pendulum potion comes in, softening and bringing the steam and the heat to really soften the skin. It's a beautiful way to prep for a treatment, especially if you're dry. Pendulum potion is so yummy. All of those together, like the mix that you just saw in the shower, that was the clean dirt, the honey mud, and the pendulum potion together. There's not words for that one. I can't explain it. It's so different than the 3 of them separate. Try it together, see what happens. It's magical. That's the big part. Prep your skin first. Get into a consistent rhythm. I like to do the clean dirt about every 2nd or 3rd day, typically in the mornings. I usually do the problem solver about twice a week. I like to commit to that if I can. So I'm alternating those AM and PM, keeping that steady throughout. And then in the morning, I'm either doing a warm water rinse with just the blue cocoon and the Jasmine Garden, or if I'm showering, I'm doing the clean dirt. Maybe I'm doing the pendulum potion, or I'm doing the honey mud in the shower. Blue cocoon. Key is wet skin. Even just in those few seconds talking to you just now, it's too much. I can feel the difference in the texture of my skin from when I first sat down after fresh rinsing with the warm water on my face versus the couple minutes of waiting. Get the blue cocoon on your face as fast as you possibly can after cleansing. To a liquid. Straight in. When skin is feeling red, I go straight in with the blue cocoon. If it's feeling more broken out or congested or clogged or oily or more that direction, I reach for the youth dew first, and that'll go in first. If I'm feeling pretty balanced or a combination of both challenges, then I will often layer them or blend them together and apply them as one. Since so many of you asked about dryness, I want to do some layers here. So I've got the youth dew into the wet skin first. And I'm very wet. This should be really slippy on your own skin. It's barely enough to be able to even grab it if I try. It's slippy. And then I'm gonna go in with the youth dew. The most gorgeous golden orange antioxidant super skin drink. Love youth dew. Did y'all know that the youth dew came before the blue cocoon? The youth dew was part of the original 4 pieces of the collection that we launched with back in 2011. So this one has been in my personal routine for a few years longer than that, so more than 15 years, I would say. And it's the best. It's so good. More moisture. Usually, I would stop there. The blue cocoon, the youth dew, together or layered, good to go. But if you're feeling dry, you've done all the other things, you've prepped your skin, you're exfoliating properly, introduce more layers. That was the Jasmine Garden, just going in with that. I wetted my skin again, and it's not to make my skin more wet. My skin is already wet. This is to get the particular benefits of the Jasmine Garden, these cool, silvery waters, the actual plant cellular waters in there from rose, layered with jasmine and lang lang. So gorgeous. 2 different kinds of jasmine. And I'm going to go with a little bit more. And you'll feel when you're using the Jasmine Garden that it changes the consistency. If you're really paying attention, you can feel how it helps the blue cocoon and the youth dew to absorb and assimilate. For anyone asking about the particular benefits of each of the ingredients that we use, I would encourage you to go visit our ingredients page at Lindstrom.com. There's a little write-up for every single ingredient that we use, every single one, including the funny ones like that get broken up into more than one name. Like we explain what salt water is. Like, it's listed as salt and water. And, so down to the minutia, essential oils and their components, all of that is explained. So feel free to click into each of those. You learn a little bit about where each of our ingredients are from, the benefits that they offer, if there's anything in particular about their sourcing or processing. We've got that in there too. Can the Jasmine Garden be used in place of a hydrating face serum, such as one with hyaluronic acid? No, they're completely different things. But if you're wanting very, very, very light moisture, it's the most intense part of summer and you have really oily, congested skin and you're not going to put anything else on it, then the Jasmine Garden is a dream, absolutely. You can use it then. But even then, I would do the Jasmine Garden with a drop or 2 of the youth dew at minimum, at least pressing that in. The youth dew on oily skin is my number 1. It's so great. So you hear the name the youth dew and automatically we all think that this is a graceful aging tool, which it absolutely is, but it's also my number 1 first choice for oily and acne-prone skin. So feel free to check that out. What the Jasmine Garden really does is bring out the best of everything that comes before and after it. And so as good as the blue cocoon is, as good as the youth dew is, both of them are amplified by the combination of the 2 together. If I had a Vitamix in front of you and I took the blue cocoon and the youth dew and the Jasmine Garden and I dumped them all into a blender together and turned it on, it would be the most beautiful, magnificent face cream you've ever seen in your life. And if I sold it to you, it would sell by the millions, but I would have to add, in order to make it shelf stable, I'd have to add stabilizers, fillers, and a whole boatload of preservatives to add that much water into the oils and put them on a shelf with any kind of reasonable expiry. And so I don't want to do that. I want to give you each of these in their most pure, most potent, most transformative form, and then give it to you to be the mixer, to be the magic maker that takes these from 3 individual potions into one glorious, customizable potion that's all for you, that's fresh mixed with none of the extra garbage in it. Because it is garbage. It's not necessary for the skin. Of course it's necessary if you want it to sit like that on the shelf. It's just not necessary for it to sit like that on the shelf. And so that's not what we're going to do here. For you, I just want you to have what feeds and honors your beautiful, delicious skin. So you can't skip a moisturizer, but the Jasmine Garden will make all of the other moisturizers in your life better. And I tried Problem Solver and ended up with open irritated red spots. I'm so sorry. I would love to hear from you. The Problem Solver is my go-to, even when skin is irritated, even when it's red. It can feel intense, it can feel powerful. But I would never want it to leave you with irritation that stays. A little bit of redness with anything that you use, including just, even something as like mild and gorgeous as the blue cocoon. It can add flushing to the skin when you're massaging, when you're doing that. If this is not that, if you're having an actual reaction, send us an email to care@lindstrom.com so we can work with you to learn what happened. Skincare is influenced by so many other things. What else you're using, what's happening in your environment, what other products you have. For example, if you use a retinol or any kind of alpha hydroxy acid, or just any of the acids in general, mixing those with some of the active components in our formulas will intensify them. And when I say active components, sometimes people don't think of plants as active. They can be very active. So if you're having any experiences that feel out of the ordinary, reach out. We want this to feel good for you. It should. Someone who started using the whole collection a few days ago, and this morning they're feeling a little flaky and they're shedding a lot of skin. Is this normal? It absolutely can be, but also that depends. When I'm using the clean dirt and I'm shedding a lot, I'm going, awesome, that's great, that's what I want. If you're just randomly shedding, maybe there's something moving through. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe you need more moisture. Maybe you just need to clear out that dead skin, and there's lots of different methods for that. So I'd love to hear from you too. Learn more about exactly how that flakiness and shedding is presenting. Skin feeling dry. Do I lean into the Problem Solver all the same? Yes. Yes. I think the biggest thing that I could ever say is the consistency with your ritual. Once you've found something that's working, that feels like this is a nice rhythm for you, and I'm not going to say working like, is my skin perfect 7 days a week, every week for my whole life kind of working. That's unlikely for most people. When I say working, it's, does it feel like this is a good direction for my skin? Does this feel aligned in my skin? Do I feel better for having cared for my skin in this way? And if yes, you stay in that rhythm. If I'm breaking out, I still do the Problem Solver twice a week. If I'm not breaking out, I still do the Problem Solver twice a week. If I'm dry, I'm using the blue cocoon twice a day. If I'm not dry, I'm using the blue cocoon twice a day. Showing up with consistency over and over and over so that you have the foundation, so when things move through your skin, as they do because it's an organ, you're okay. You've got this baseline of health and structure and support. Your cells are ready for you. So don't adjust too much. Don't feel like there's something to change all the time. I think sometimes we feel like we need to respond to every single little difference that shows up on our exterior, and we don't. You can just show up and cleanse and massage and do your treatments as you would, whether the spot was there or the wrinkle was there or not. That's the best way to help things move through. That's also kind to you. Eczema flare-ups around my eyes and eyelids. Any tips to protect and heal? The blue cocoon number one. Beyond that, I'd love to see pictures so I could see where this is going and how close to the eye it is. Sometimes, and I know this will sound wild, which is why I want to do this directly, is if I'm having that, and I get that frequently, little tiny red bumps around the eye area. I especially get them when I'm stressed and I'm not sleeping enough. Sometimes I'll have it in reaction to food or topical allergy as well. But I will do the Problem Solver. And again, I know that can feel kind of scary or intimidating if skin is in a more delicate state. So reach out and we can walk alongside you with that if that feels like a good move. But the Blue Cocoon and the Jasmine Garden are absolutely go-tos there. I use these through the Blue Cocoon, but my face still feels like it needs a light moisturizer. I would want to know how you're cleansing, what you're cleansing with, what else is happening in your routine, and also how much of the use through the Blue Cocoon you're using, how you're using it. Wet skin is key. Using enough, being generous. Let's see what that looks like for you. And yeah, I'll follow up there with some more tips for you. Someone asked, can you put the Blue Cocoon on your nipples after pregnancy? Yes, you can, absolutely. You can use it during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Just like anything, if you have just put anything topical directly onto your breast and you're about to breastfeed, leave time between. It's just like putting on clothes after putting oil on your skin. Just give it a few minutes to absorb. What to do after you've picked at your face? Jasmine Garden. Jasmine Garden every time. So I always tell my clients that are pickers to keep the Jasmine Garden with you. Keep one in your purse, keep one at your desk, keep one in your car. Keep it with you all the time. And that way, if you can, when you get that instinct to pick, interrupt it. Missed it instead. And if it's already too late, if you've already picked at your skin, damage has already been done. Well, first, if you can intercept it, or if you know that you're going to pick, wash your hands really well first. Clean your face if you can first. If you're going to pick, at least make it as safe as you can. I know I can't convince you all to not do that. If it's already too late, you've already done it, follow with the problem solver. Do a treatment with the problem solver. You can cleanse your skin first with the honey mud. The salicylic acid will help a little bit, and then follow with the problem solver. If it's feeling really, really intense, skip the honey mud and just do the problem solver. And then rinse in the shower and finish with the Blue Cocoon and the Jasmine Garden, and just be as gentle as you can on those areas that you've picked at. But for the ongoing healing, the areas that you've picked at, while it's still active, you can use the problem solver. When it starts to fade away, you can help it to clear with the clean dirt after it's mostly moved through. And then the real key is going to be Blue Cocoon and Jasmine Garden follow up. Can I use the Blue Cocoon on a serum? I don't fully understand that, but you can use the Blue Cocoon on its own, or blended or layered with the used to, or paired with any of your favorites from our brand or from any other. Actually, someone asked about that. How would you use your products alongside other skincare brands? Easily. Easily. If you want specific help, you can email us, care@lindstrom.com, and tell us what products you're already using, what products of ours you either have or are curious to integrate, and we'll help you organize a ritual that is supportive of your current goals and challenges. And we love mixing it up with other brands. I can't. I'm too sensitive. I'm too finicky, and I've found what works for my skin. So I can't speak to a lot of other brands' products personally, but the Care Bears do. And so you can ask them anything, and they'll tell you their best opinion, and that's what we've got. Favorite way to cleanse the body for very sensitive, reactive skin. I'll share that I'd fall into that category. I use the Clean Dirt and the Problem Solver with some frequency on pits and feet and back of the neck most frequently. Outside of that, for just daily cleansing, I've been using Dr. Bronner's since I was a child. And so I still do. That's a classic for me, but that's really just pits and bits. For my overall body skin, I use water. I just use water. I will usually dry brush before going into a bath or a shower. And if I didn't dry brush before, I'll use scrubby gloves in the wash. For me, that manual exfoliation has been really, really key for the health of my body skin. Avoiding soaps and using friction, actually. Using friction and blood flow. And then following with the Happy Galaxy. So super good. Really, really restorative for all skin types. So whether you are dry or you're acne prone or you're sensitive or you have redness or you're concentrating on something like, your butt or your thighs or your belly, the Happy Galaxy is really fantastic for you. But in general, cleansing, if you're feeling really, really sensitive and reactive, just do as little as you can. Sometimes I don't want to feel shiny. How can I take down the shine? I'm probably the wrong girl to ask. But I will say that, I love to keep a lot of oils on my skin. I think half the reason I stopped wearing makeup was so that my skin could be accessible to keep adding oils as I wanted. So for my own personal skin, that's true. But I know for so many of you, and at many times in my life, I didn't want to be all shiny either. So for you, I would recommend, if you can, if your skin still feels good with a little bit less moisture in the mornings, I would double up on the Blue Cocoon in the evening. Then you can use very little in the morning. You could even just do a pump or two of the Youth Dew with the lots and lots of the Jasmine Garden, again massaged into wet skin. Allow it to sink in really, really well. Finish with more Jasmine Garden, more massage. You can use more or less of the Youth Dew as needed for that, but if you start with just a pump or two in Jasmine Garden, that'll eliminate a lot of it. But you have to counter that by doubling up the night before. So think of the Blue Cocoon then as your overnight treatment. Think about this as like an overnight sleeping mask, except with no rinse off. So night before, problem solver, clean dirt, pendulum potion, honey mud, whatever you're doing in the evening, cleanse really well. Lots and lots of Blue Cocoon, lots of massage, Youth Dew, Jasmine Garden, go to sleep, get a beautiful rest, wake up, splash your face with warm water, lots of Jasmine Garden, little of the Youth Dew, massage it all in really good, and you'll be good to go. Outside of that, if you're not looking for cosmetics, blotting papers were a lifesaver for me during my 20s when I cared a lot about the shine. I don't care anymore, so I don't try to fix it, but there's lots of great cosmetics options for that. Especially, there's really beautiful mineral powders that can bring down some of that shine for you in a way that's still really skin friendly. But yeah, there's fantastic makeup artists and people who could probably advise you better on that particular one. Can I use the Blue Cocoon even on a dry face? You can, but it won't work as well. So it works differently. I would think about it like this. If you want the Blue Cocoon to absorb into your skin, get it wet, get it soft, get it mushy. You want it to feel like a sponge. You want it to just be soft, receptive. But if you want it to be more of a protective barrier or just on the outside, then you can go right ahead over the top. So for example, if I'm really trying to hydrate my skin, I go wet skin, I go all in, I go lots and lots of massage, I layer in lots of layers of the Jasmine Garden and I just keep layering them until I feel fully saturated and nourished. And then I always finish with just, and you'll see in the mornings too, I begin with, on dry skin, just a little bit of the Blue Cocoon around the eyes, the lips, the nostrils, maybe a little bit of my chest. I start my days like this every single day. It's also how I tend to touch up. If there was a touch up for me as a human, that's something that I drop into probably multiple times a day, especially during dry seasons. And always in the morning to start my day, I wake up, I begin with just a little of the Blue Cocoon. And then usually at the end of my work day, I'll do that again. I'll mist with the Jasmine Garden and I'll do that reset with the Blue Cocoon everywhere. and then I'll come back with the Happy Galaxy. And actually, I'm just going to dip my hands in this water. Happy Galaxy wants water. Water is used to activate the niacinamide, the vitamin C, and the hyaluronic acid. So that is an important component that, again, I could add into the bottle and make this just like the most luscious, serum-y kind of thing. But then I'd have to add a whole bunch of other extra stuff that my skin does not like, and yours does not need. So keep it potent, keep it undiluted. People have been asking for recipes. Just know I'm hoping to get a blog up sometime this year, but I'll also start sharing more of these in stories too, so keep an eye out there. How do you prep your lemon water in the morning? That I'll show you. I'll leave that. Maybe I'll put that up there for tomorrow. There was a couple of really specific questions, especially relating to children, so I'll be following up with you by DM on those. And would love to have a smaller size, more affordable option for the blue cocoon. My loves, this guy is who you're talking about. It's right here. So these little minis are your gift with every order at Lindstrom.com. You choose 2 of your choice. You can find them right at the cart. You can choose from any product in our collection in mini, and these are complimentary. They're a beautiful size, they're glass, they're refillable, they're recyclable, they're super cute, and if you love them and want all of them, you can also purchase the entire collection in the chocolate box. If you want to learn more about the chocolate box, there's a deep dive live on the chocolate box that I walk you through every single little tiny one, so you can see exactly how much comes in each of these minis, how to use it, how they all play together, how to begin your explorations if you're starting from mini. So it's here for you. And because these are refillable, they're just perfect. Honestly, I don't want a size smaller than this. So many people have told me that this will take them a year, 2 years, or forever to get through. And what I would say is go watch the Blue Cocoon Deep Dive Live. Start incorporating the Blue Cocoon into your daily ritual, morning and night, and see what happens to your skin. Use enough to feel the difference. Otherwise, it's just frosting on the cake. There's just no substance to it. You can't have broccoli once a month and consider that your vegetables. It's a daily intake feed. Does the Happy Galaxy have same or similar ingredients to the used to in the Blue Cocoon? I can only purchase one. Which one should I go with as the best all-in-one? Oh, that's a tough question. I would say that the Happy Galaxy is like the Blue Cocoon, the Youth Do, and the Jasmine Garden got together, had a sexy romp, and had a baby. It's just like this beautiful, joyous, just celebration of all of them and something more. It's very, very special, and it's loaded with these really beautiful actives that are new in our world, the hyaluronic acid, the vitamin C, niacinamide. It's so yummy. But if you are new to the line and this is your first introduction, it depends. It depends on you, your goals, your challenges, your personal desires. For me, the Blue Cocoon is the only thing that I can in good conscience say is my first recommendation, because it's the single thing that has changed my skin more than anything else on the planet. That said, everything that I have built around it has been on purpose to feed and support that for other needs that have come up and other needs that come day to day. I like to have my arsenal to be able to move things in and out. So what I would say is begin with the one that gets you sparky. Begin with the one that makes you go, I can't wait to put that on my skin. And if that's because you can't wait to dive into body care because you've been yearning for that and it sounds like a sensory delight, go for it. If you've been wanting to get into your facial care and you just like can't stop thinking about the Blue Cocoon, Youth, Jasmine Garden, pick one that you know you can't stop thinking about. And then when you do, when you go to order, select the minis of the others that you're curious about and start that way, one at a time. There's no rush. We're here for you. We're making fresh batches of everything every day. Can't wait to share with you. Honey mud mask with problem solver over it is heaven. Yes. Yeah. Layered together. Blended. We've run out of questions. We haven't, but we've certainly run out of time for today. Thank you to all of you who have come and spent this time with me. Thank you for all of the questions. Thank you for asking them. When you're asking for yourself, you're always asking for someone else in this room. Thank you. I feel like there's more. There always is. Next week, I will be out of town. And so I haven't decided yet if I will be able to do the live. I think I will. I'd really like to. If I do, maybe it'll be on a location somewhere. Maybe I'll bring the chocolate box. Or something else. I'm not sure, but I look forward to it every time. And if I don't see you next week, I will see you the one after, and there will be more exciting things to share. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.